Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ao from Continent 200 Clan 1, back with another Chief Almighty video. Today I'm going to be talking about relics and relic sets, specifically your sort of chief relic. I'll have another video coming out soon, the part 2, that's going to be covering all of the hero relics, so stay tuned for that if you're interested in the hero relics as well. They're pretty important. The chief relics are a little bit more, so this video is kind of probably going to be the more important or more popular video. But if you're interested in the hero relic stuff as well, just stay tuned for that. If you guys want to check out this game over here, Chief Almighty, like I said, I have a download link in the description. It's a custom download link provided by the developers for all of you guys. If you use that link, you get a couple extra little goodies, and you can play with me and the team here on Continent 200. So in any case, let's just dive right into it. What you need for your relics is your relic altar. You can craft this fairly early on in your tribe center. I don't exactly remember the level that your tribe center needs to be, but it comes along pretty early. And as with every other building, you can level this up all the way up to a Legend 5 building. However, you really don't need to. The only benefit that you're getting from leveling up your buildings is crafting speed and reduced hide cost. The hide cost is not that important. You're going to get so many hides by the time that you're crafting your sets that you don't really care about the reduction in hide cost. And the crafting speed, quite honestly, is fairly low. So you can just use speed ups or just be patient and wait, and it's not going to be a big deal. What you do want, if you're a pretty high tribe center level, if you're legend above, you do get additional stats on top of your relics. So that becomes kind of useful, but it's not terribly important. It's 0.5 up to 2.5. So it's not really something that you need to rush. As you can see here, my relic altar is only level 23, and I have a level 4 tribe center. So I don't really care about leveling up my relic altar. In any case, you want to click craft on your relic altar, and here we have the two different sets that I was talking about. You have your chief relic set, or at least that's what I call it, is your chief relic set, because it goes across your entire base with every hero, with squads or with non-squads. And then you have your hero relics, which you assign individually to specific heroes. Generally, they're going to be your squad heroes. If you have multiple, they'll be your maybe 5 formations or your garrison, or you can kind of mix and match as you see fit. So today we're going to be talking about the relic sets, or the chief relics like I call them. You'll see them here on your main kind of chief. And then you can equip different sets if you have multiple sets as well. So how do we craft them? Well, first things first is we go to our relic altar, we click on craft, and we'll see these two sets. Now there are two different types of chief relic sets. There's development sets, and then there are battle sets or combat sets. First, we're going to dive into development sets because they're quite simple. We have 3 different sets here. We have the savagery set, which the main purpose here, as you can see, is hunting wildlings or elite monsters. Wildlings are basically the mobs that spawn around the map. In other games, they might be zombies or humans or whatever. In this game, they're basically monsters from an older era. Now, the savagery set is a $25 set, and you get all 6 pieces. You cannot buy individual pieces for, let's say, $2 or $3 or anything like that. It's just $25, you get the full savagery set, or $0, you get none of the savagery set. And like I said, basically what you're getting is extra attack or extra bonuses, extra damage against wildlings. Now, I personally don't have the savagery set. I don't think it's terribly important, but one of the reasons why you would buy the savagery set, one of the main reasons at least that you would buy the savagery set, is the chief XP that you gain from this. So here you can see if you have all 6 pieces equipped, you'll gain a 10% chief XP. If you only have 4 equipped, you'll just gain 20% troop attack. And if you only have 2 equipped, you'll gain march speed plus 30. I'm not sure really why you would only equip 2 or only 4. Generally, it would be the full set or nothing. But I guess maybe if you wanted to mix and match, you could. Also, you're getting chief XP from your long spear and helm, and then some other stuff. So it's about 20% Chief XP from killing wildlings and elite monsters. Now you don't really get that much from doing it, so that's generally why I don't have the savagery set. But if you need it, if you feel like you need it, or you want extra damage on maybe elites, or they're a little too hard, you can consider buying the savagery set. For the most part, I would pass. Then next, we have our 2 overall development sets. I'm going to cover the nature set first because it's the cheaper option, the cheaper of the 2. The nature set, again, it's $25 for all 6 pieces, and you cannot buy individual pieces. It's $25 or nothing. What you get out of the nature set is basically reduced costs for your builds or your construction. So here we can see that construction would cost minus 2.5%. That's of your total. Let's say the construction was 100 million. You would then get 2.5% off of that 100 million. So what is that? 97.5 million instead of 100 million. Additionally, you'll get off 500,000 wood. So now it's, I don't know, 96.5 million or something, 97 million basically. And then so on and so forth. So overall, you actually gain, or it decreases the amount that you need to spend for every construction. The higher up you go, the more benefit that it provides because of these percentage cost decreases. So additionally, you get all resource production plus 10%. That means if you're generating, 10,000 wood, for example, you'll get plus 10% of that. Here you can see if you click on this little guy next to the new kind of clubhouse, or next to all your sort of resource buildings, you can see how much you're producing. So I'm producing 144,935. If I had the relic bonus, I would be getting even more. It's based off your basic production, so it would be 10% of 42,000, so an additional 4,000 or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of the point of the nature set. It pretty much just helps you out with building, makes it so you can build your stuff faster, or you can construct your stuff faster. Not in terms of building speed, but in terms of the resources required for that building. You also get march speed and troop load, but those are pretty insignificant, quite honestly. And yeah. So then we have the prosperity set. This is basically nature set 2.0. It's $100 for all 6 pieces. Again, you cannot buy individual pieces. You buy the 100, you get the set, or you don't get the set. Now, it does basically the same thing, just better. So double pretty much everything. Instead of construction would cost minus 2.5, it's now minus 5. So it'd be 95 million. Instead of minus 500,000 wood on your Warhammer, it's going to be minus 1 million. So now it's 94. And basically everything is just doubled. However, the prosperity set is actually better than that. You also gain 20% training speed, whereas the other one you gain troop load, which again isn't really important. On the prosperity set, you're gaining plus 20% training speed, which is definitely important. This is important forever. You're always going to train troops, no matter if you've been playing the game for 100 years or 1 minute. You'll want training speed. And it gives you increased building and invocation speed, which the nature set gives you marching speed. They both give the all resources production plus 10%. That's why you saw when I clicked on my little that little resources guy that I'm gaining like 9,000 something. That's because I have my prosperity set equipped. So the building of invocation speed is also going to last a very long time. You're going to be invoking researches even after your tribe center legend 5, for example. So me personally, I bought the prosperity set. You save a lot on resources, or if you're going to buy resources, you're going to save a lot of money basically by not buying the resources and instead buying the prosperity set. It's going to last longer. You also get training speed, and you get building and invocation speed as well. If you're considering buying one of these, just fit it into whatever budget you have, 25 or 100. Don't buy both. You're just going to waste your money. If you buy the nature set and then decide to upgrade to the prosperity set, you've basically just lost that $25 from the nature set. So just keep that in mind. All right, so now that we got the development sets out of the way, let's talk about the battle sets. For the battle sets, there are basically also kind of 2 categories. There's free sets that you can get 100% free to play, and there are pay sets, which you are completely unable to get free to play. First, we're going to cover the free-to-play sets because a majority of you guys are probably going to be free-to-play, I assume. I don't know. If you are a pay player in this game, maybe you just put it in the comments, pay player or something. And if you're a free-to-player, put it in the comments that you're free-to-player. That'd be pretty helpful. Then I know kind of the majority of the player base, right? So we're going to start off with your courage sets. It's your basic free set. There are 6 different relic qualities going from white to gold, and it's pretty standard. White, green, blue, purple, orange, gold. All of your stats increase as you increase your rarity or your color, and the set bonus works off of rarity as well. So this is something to consider. If you have 3 pieces of your courage set at purple and you're planning on, if you have all 6 pieces of your courage set at purple and you're planning to upgrade to orange, and you only have enough to upgrade 3 orange pieces, you will then only get the set bonus for set bonus 2. You will not get the set bonus 6. Even though you have 6 pieces of courage set, you will not get the 6 set bonus courage set. You only technically at that point have the 3 orange courage pieces. So just keep that in mind. If you're planning on upgrading, I generally recommend upgrading it in segments, at least 2, 4, 6. But oftentimes I just do it once I get enough for all 6, and then I just upgrade it right away, depending on if the set bonus is worth or not. So let's talk about how to craft your courage set. First of all, you're going to need to craft everything white first. You can't just straight away craft your gold. You need to craft a white, then a green from your white, then a blue from your green, purple from your blue, orange from your purple, gold from your orange. Now, there are different materials that you need basically to craft your first, your first white axe or whatever. It's the same for every other piece. Just the individual pieces might be slightly changed around. So you need these 2 relic materials, and this differs depending on whatever the piece is. Here you need a white feather and 3 white bark. You need 1 main hand scroll and 15 ancient statues. You get these relic materials from the scavenger hut, which I can show you in your base. It's going to be over here under this kind of tower of challenge. Here is your relic hut, or scavenger hut, I guess. And here you have different groupings of basically materials that you can get. So as we saw in the axe, for the courage axe, I want feathers and barks. So I'm going to go ahead and get these feathers and barks. You have these different rarities. It does depend on your VIP level, so you might not have blue and green unlocked, for example. But if you do, you can go ahead and get them. It's not really like a big deal. You'll need 4 whites to craft a green, 4 greens to craft a blue. So that's all. The collection rate of these different materials is different, so definitely also keep this in mind. It's not 33% chance of unlocking each individual one. The feather, for example, has a far less collection rate than the vine and the bark. The amber has a less collection rate than the silk and the crystal, or whatever this is. I forget. Everything in the middle is basically harder to achieve than everything on the sides. So just keep that in mind. You can speed these up with gems, and you'll instantly automatically unlock whatever you're going for here. So yeah, that's how you basically get those relic materials. Another way, a really, really good way to get those relic materials, is to do your hell events and your solo events. So if you complete the 3rd chest on those, you're actually going to unlock, and for some reason I'm unable to click on it. There we go. If you complete the 3rd chest, or basically the 3rd reward, you are going to get these crystal chests, or it differs every kind of event. Here I'll get some relic materials, random relic materials. You can open up, and then you have an opportunity to get the relic material that you want. You can't pick it in this case, but you might get the feather that you want or the bark that you want. So that's how you collect the relic materials. It can take a little bit of time, or again, you can use those gems. Also, if you're doing the hell events and the solo events, you'll realize that they start to rack up fairly quickly. Then you have these scrolls. These scrolls are fairly easy to obtain. You can obtain them through killing 2 elite monsters, the Toxic Lizard and the Dimetrodons. And there's different ways to do that as well that I won't be talking about now. You also get very, very frequently from the clan gifts. So joining a good clan or a spending clan it is pretty important. You'll be able to unlock these a lot quicker. And then you can exchange them for sort of the generic ones. You can exchange into whatever one you need. The ancient statues, you basically just kill elite monsters and you'll be getting ancient statues. So once you have all these materials, you want to go ahead and click craft. It takes 3 minutes and 17 seconds for the white Axe of Courage. Then you'll have the white Axe of Courage, and then you just kind of progressively move on up from green, blue, purple, orange, gold. You'll want to add everything up in here. If you're just planning on going from nothing to gold, you'll have to consider it's right here. It's 185 plus 130 plus 85. It's not just 185 total. So the Axe of Courage, once you do that, you basically just get all these different individual bonuses. They're very nice bonuses to have. Of course, they're stat bonuses. Once you get your Courage set, your Golden Courage set, or your Golden Courage pieces, you can then upgrade them to your Primal set. Personally, I would recommend waiting until your Courage is gold and then upgrade into the Primal, but technically you can do it if it's a white Courage, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. So the way that you go from Courage to Primal is you need these Courage upgrade stones. You can buy these, of course. You get 60 upgrade stones for $100, or you get them from, again, killing elite monsters from time to time. It's quite rare, but you can. Or there's these scrolls that you unlock, again, from killing stuff or just from certain events, and then you can exchange them for your Courage upgrade stone, and then you will upgrade your Courage axe to your Primal War Axe. Over here you can see that it looks like I need my orange, but if you just click this button down here, it'll just go to basically the Courage upgrade stone, so then you can just immediately go from Golden Courage to Golden Primal. And the Primal is basically just a better version of the Courage, pretty much all around. You're getting troop attack instead of troop defense, and then each individual stat is a little bit better on the Primal set. Going from Primal to Prophet is the exact same thing. Instead, you just need Primal upgrade stones, which you can get the exact same way. You can just exchange them for Primal upgrade stones to go to Prophet. And then finally, you can go up to Marauder sets. And Marauder sets are going to obviously give you the best stats, the best benefits, and just be the strongest of the free-to-play sets. Like I said, you can buy the upgrade stones, but in my opinion, there's no real purpose of doing that. As you can see here, 30 Prophet upgrade stones is $100. Some people are going to get kind of sucked into the idea of, well, I already have an orange one, I might as well just buy it and get it to gold, but there's no real point. And the reason for that is because there are better sets that you need to buy in order to use. And these are Blizzard, Inferno, Diablo, Punisher, and Legend sets. They work pretty similar, where you get your bonuses, they give you a bunch of stats. However, the Blizzard set is by far and away better than the Marauder, and everything above the Blizzard is better than the Blizzard set. So that's why I wouldn't necessarily spend on the Marauder set. So when it comes to your Blizzard stuff, what you need instead of those ancient statues is wild hearts. And this is the reason why these are pay artifacts or pay relics. The wild hearts you basically buy. Generally, you can buy them $20, like at all times, you can basically buy them for 20 wild hearts for $100. However, I would almost never recommend spending that 20 hearts for $100. 30 hearts for $100 is basically the minimum that I would ever recommend buying wild hearts at, and that happens very, very frequently during special events and things like that. Probably, I already have my Blizzard set, so I might not see the extra value pack here, but quite likely in the extra value pack event, you'll be getting wild hearts for 30 wild hearts for $100. There are also some events where you buy 2, you get 1 free. That also will equal up to 30. And then there are Blizzard sack events where you can actually get up to like 200 in one, but it's more likely you're going to get 30 as the minimum. So again, just be like slightly patient. The 30 for 100 is pretty much comes around all the time. So again, you craft your white originally, and then you move up to green, then blue, then purple, then orange, then gold. The relic materials are going to be more expensive because they're just the more rare varieties, and then with the wild hearts, it's going to cost a little bit more. Sometimes you will get events where you immediately can craft a blue. There will be basically scrolls where you can just exchange the scroll for a blue Blizzard crossbow, for example. They're usually, maybe it's about 100 for one piece, so overall 600 for your full set of blue, and then as you increase, it obviously goes up. I don't remember the exact cost for the Blizzard set. Maybe it's 1,200. 1,200 seems like the number in my head that seems right, but maybe it's 2,000. I don't exactly know. Whatever it is, it's a fairly significant cost to get a full gold Blizzard set. Well, I guess for some it might be a fairly significant cost. Now, there are some other ways that you can get these wild hearts. For example, in the Forging Master event, you can get 6 of them as the multiple of 5, or you can get these Blizzard set exchange scrolls like I mentioned. So technically, they're not always going to cost that much money. It's actually a lot cheaper if you do it in the Forging event, but you can only get like 18 or something like that every time the Forging event happens, so it's not a realistic example of cost. Once you get up your Blizzard set, again, I would get it up to gold before transitioning into Inferno. It's the exact same thing as the other sets. You need Blizzard upgrade stones. And then again, you can buy these Blizzard upgrade stones. 30 for 100 is I believe the cost benefit that I would choose. Maybe it's 20 for 100. I don't particularly remember. An event comes around every so often where you can get these Blizzard upgrade scrolls. Also, some like the Forging Master, for example, you can get Blizzard upgrade stones as well as some other avenues therein. But you cannot get these completely for free. There is no way to do so. I think from transitioning from Blizzard to Inferno, it might be $1,200. I think that sounds about right to get a full Inferno set. Then you go from Inferno to a Diablo set, and it's basically the same thing. You just use Inferno upgrade stones instead of the Blizzard upgrade stones. Then you go up to your Punisher set, exactly the same thing. You just need different stones. This one costs more basically than all the others. It's now you need 100, so maybe 1,200 or 2,000 or something to get from Diablo to Punisher. And then finally you reach your Legend set, and it's basically the exact same. You just need more of them. Again, 100. So maybe overall to get to a Legend set, it's $10,000. I don't really know the cost. I'm just telling you that it's not an easy endeavor, or it's not a cheap endeavor, rather. The Legend set, once you get up to Legend set, you actually get these random stats, these alterable stats, which are very, very important. There are about 10, I believe, there are 10 stats that you can get on your Legend Longspear, such as Rider Attack, Hunter Attack, anything like that, Barbarian Defense. So you can customize your Legend pieces, every single one of them, to further increase the stats that you decide are important for your base. For me, I would probably just stack up Rider Attack on every random stat if I could, or Barbarian Defense, for example, depending. So here, actually, we can see them all. So I would probably just get Rider Attack and everything if you can. There's different rarities to those too. They're gem costs, basically, those, so it's kind of negligible. And you can get yellow Rider Attack on everything. Overall, the Relic stats give you a massive amount of stats. Truly massive. So I have a full I don't even know what relic this is. Inferno, I believe, maybe. We can see here that under my relic stats, I'm gaining 175 Rider Attack from my relics. Now that does include the enhancements, which my enhancements aren't great, so this is probably fairly normal enhancements, but it's a ton of stats. It's really a lot. Now, there is also a final kind of tier of Chief Relics that are not craftable. You cannot craft them. They are called the Immortal sets. Immortal sets you can only acquire by winning the Lost Lands events. I have not had the opportunity to play these Lost Land events, but I'm assuming they're probably fairly hard events. I don't really know. Like I said, I haven't played in them. They are cross-continent events, and basically the winner and probably the person who has like the highest points in the Lost Land gets these Immortal pieces. Now I've only seen, there's only a few people in the entire game who have these Immortal sets, so I don't even know the stats. And they're basically just the top spenders in the game. Some of the people from C22, for example, or US or EVA, whatever, they have these sets, but nobody really else. So I'm not entirely sure what they provide besides probably a ton of stats. So that's about it on your chief relics. Hopefully you guys have learned something from this. You can also, there's a bunch of other stuff you can do once you get your relics, such as augment them for additional stats. Here you can see my Inferno Great Axe is augment level 4. If I choose to augment it to level 5, I will now get 41.25 wounded capacity, 24.38 rider attack, 24.38 rider attack, whatever. So you get a bunch of stuff from augmenting. They cost Jade runes. You can also put on relic enhancements. Not really going to be talking about the relic enhancements and stuff like that in this video, but just know that there are a lot of additional benefits to your relic sets. There are also, in Elder Lore, there's relic lore, which you can increase the stats on your relics as well, and you can do a whole bunch of stuff with the relic lore that I haven't even really touched because there's so much other relic lore to touch. But you can get all of your stats up very, very high off of these relics. So that's about it, guys. Hopefully you've learned something. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you already knew all this information and you still watch the video, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sometimes it helps to just refresh your memory. Like I said, I'll be doing the hero relics in the next video, so stay tuned for that. And I will catch you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Wake up, early mornings, late nights, hopping on a different flight. What's the meaning of life, ayy? Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay, ayy? Stay up